What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wrestling Junkies podcast. I'm Mr. Cincinnati, and as always, I'm joined by a very ecstatic podcast dad. There was a spring in your step today based on how you started this conversation once we got offline. Okay, okay. How about it? Go ahead.
What? How are you, man?
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm fucking fine. Just get it out of the way here.
The rightful man is the champion again. I feel much better about the world.
Fernando, always in the chats early. Great to see you. And we are going to be talking a lot about Gunther and his world title win here in a little bit. And Mr. OTM is in the chats as well. Hello. We are fucking live right now. I don't. How do we prove that right now? I don't know how we prove that. Okay. Yeah.
Did that help? It is 6:27 p.m. We are live here. I don't know. Hey, guys, if you like what we're doing, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just takes one follower per time. Oh, my God. I've been so ready. We'll talk about it.
We will.
No yeet. But, yes, so please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We love what we're doing here. I'm going to be as positive as I can be tonight, but I make no promises. There are children yelling in the background. That's how you know we're live, because I am in a house full of children. When we are not live, there are no
children.
No. When we are not live, there are no children in the house. So, to be fair, that's how you know we're live. That's how you know. Anyway, same thing. It's TikTok. Follow the Main Event Network on X, Twitter, Instagram, everything that we do. I said they do. That we do, because we're part of that network. And then look at this hat. Look at this hat. Look at that shirt. Have you seen that shirt, guys? Gorilla Press Apparel, .bigcartel.com. If you like wrestling gear, they have the hookup. Holla if you hear me.
We've also got our exclusive WrestleSips tee, which is mighty, mighty comfortable. Shout out to Will and the crew. Remember, you can use promo code WJP2024. Yes, we know it's 2025, but it still gets you 25% off site-wide. So go buy yourself some new shit. Everybody needs a little self-care, and I don't know, retail therapy seems to be the best.
That's right. Yeet.
Okay, that's enough out of you. I think it's time to introduce our first guest tonight. Tonight, we're going to turn up the volume just a little bit and the energy all the way to the top, because joining us tonight is a man who brings the party wherever he goes. He just wrapped his first year of professional wrestling. Whether he's rocking a crop top tee, repping the fanny pack, or throwing down in the ring, you know exactly who it is. It is the Hoochie Daddy. He is a proud Marine Corps veteran, and he has flipped the script from front row fan to can't miss performer. Whether he's being technically sound, wildly violent, or straight up unforgettable, one thing is for sure: you're not giving the fans what they want, if you don't have Hoochie Daddy on your cards. So without further ado, please welcome Hoochie Daddy. What's going on, man? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I know you guys got a podcast, Dad, but you needed the real Hoochie Daddy on the show.
Hey, no argument here. No argument here. I will stay in my lane.
No worries. We need guys, all types of daddies.
That's right.
And hey, it is Father's Day weekend coming up this week on podcast, Dad. So it's yeah, there's a lot to celebrate here. We're going to celebrate you this week just a little bit.
Oh, are you going to celebrate me? That's so nice.
Hey, come on. We're kind of stuck together.
Cheers to that.
350 fucking episodes and counting. But anyway, let's get down to it. HD. Here at the Wrestling Junkies podcast, when we look at professional wrestlers, they're superheroes, supervillains that clash, but the one thing that they have in common are origin stories. So if you could, tell us about some of your earliest memories of pro wrestling.
Absolutely. I've been a wrestling fan since probably before I was in the womb even, because my mom and dad grew up going to wrestling shows all the time. So
Nice.
as a little kid, they'd take me to every little fairground show they'd go to. I remember being earliest live memory, and this is a throwback. I was getting babysit by my grandpa at his house, and this man was like ancient. Like, it wouldn't even be a Hoochie Granddaddy. This would be like Hoochie Granddaddy Dust or something. He would sit me, he'd be babysitting, and he had old, like, I don't know if they were VHS tapes. They're like older than that. And he'd have like old Haystack Calhoun matches and old territory guys. And whenever he'd babysit, he'd put them on and we'd watch it, and I'd try to wrestle with him, but he was old man strong, would just throw me around the room all day long. But so ever since then, I've loved professional wrestling. Did a lot of sports growing up, but always had that back in the mind. Always loved pro wrestling. I'd be that one kid on the wrestling team doing real wrestling, even though I think to me that's more fake now, watching a lot of the stuff that goes on. But I'd be one arguing, like, no, we got to go see what The Undertaker's doing. We got to go see what Shawn Michaels is doing. And they'd be like, oh, no, we want to watch the Olympics. Like, screw that. I want to see Mankind get tossed off the cell. I want to see Kane scare the crap out of me, or Snitsky punt a baby. Like, that's the stuff I want to see. So all my life, huge wrestling fan. Went to the Marine Corps, wrestled in the Marine Corps. Well, tried to. There was military comes first in the military, for better or worse. Got out, went to college, realized my athletics are done. I did some MMA, fought a little bit, had some success at that, but I was sick of weight cutting, having to run, 20 miles a day, jump rope all day, cut 40 pounds to go beat up somebody in 30 seconds and then be done with it. Like there's no party, there's no action, there's no, sure you get fans, but you don't get anything. So I started meeting up with this old wrestler. His name is G-Shock. He's based out of the Northwest. He actually does announcing for UFC and a bunch of stuff now, and doing some voiceover for some football games that are coming out that I can't say too much about. Sure enough, we started talking about pro wrestling one day. He's like, well, I know some people. Let me introduce you to them. Next thing you know, I'm in the ring getting body slammed on the floor, getting tossed off the top rope. And everyone's like, all right, well, he's going to quit. Well, I show up the next day, do it again. Show up the next day, do it again. Like, okay, well, maybe we'll have something here. Next thing I know, I'm flipping butt all up and down the Northwest, from Washington to Nevada to California and everywhere in between.
There you go. Well, let's talk about it. Hoochie Daddy. Where did this come from? Explain the gimmick, and then even if it is a gimmick, where did that come from?
Well, there's no gimmick. I am the Hoochie Daddy, okay? I won't take any disrespect from any dads about that. Let's get that straight right up front, okay? It's not just a Hoochie Daddy. I am the number one Hoochie Daddy. Anyone else who takes claim to that name hasn't met me yet, because I put them back in their place real fast. But no, for real, it's, I've always, I was a shy, nerdy guy growing up. I always like to say I had the reverse high school movie experience. I was the captain of the football team, captain of the wrestling. I even did the debate club. Most unpopular dude in my school. I did not fit in, could not get along, definition of a late bloomer. Well, I go out on my own in the world after a while, and I realize, you know what? I'm a good-looking guy. I mean, I have the biggest arms in the Northwest. I mean, Hulk Hogan had the 23-inch arms. You're looking at the 23 and 168-inch arms, okay? I got something to bring to the table. So, this is just Hoochie Daddy when I'm out there performing, rocking the fanny pack, making their kids laugh, the girlfriends regret their choices of boyfriends, and the guys questioning their sexuality. It's just me turned up all the way up.
I like it. So you're based in Oregon. You've made noise at DOA, POW, Inclusion Pro. Tell us what is so special about the Pacific Northwest wrestling scene right now.
To me, it's the biggest growing hotbed for some of the most talented, athletic, and creative minds of wrestling right now. We all know the history of the Northwest in pro wrestling, going back to the Rodney Pipers, the Portland wrestling days. I mean, heck, Andre the Giant used to say this was his favorite place to come up to because he had the best beer to drink here. So it's been a continuous development of wrestling where it's passion, it's art, it's athleticism. You can find companies and shows that have some of the most creative, unique ideas that, you could say are tongue-in-cheek or a little bit outlandish. And you also find some of the most hardcore, hard-hitting, real athletes, I'd say, around the world today. We have people like Amir, who's in Japan right now, tearing it up. You have the Hoochie Daddy, who's making his debut year this last year, just throwing people around and dropping them left, right, and center. You have Flaming Aces. I could list name after name that are going to be people you see. I mean, we have Ricky from Seattle, the best one-off the WWE's had in the last probably 10 years. George Amel Steele's, son. It's great. I'm going to get so much crap for that joke, by the way. I'm already regretting making it.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Let's
it's going to be a fun day training.
All right, let's talk on training. Let's talk about a little bit of your time in the Marine Corps and kind of how that shaped your mentality inside of the ring, like training-wise, discipline-wise. How does that either help or hinder you in the ring?
So it's a two parts to that answer. I'll start with this part. I was always the most naturally unathletic, least talented kid on any sport I did. It didn't matter. I was the slowest. I was the weakest. So they'd always put me in like the positions that didn't matter. Like, okay, in middle school, you can play the offensive line, defensive line. It doesn't matter. You're not doing anything. I didn't even try basketball because if you give me a ball, someone's getting hurt. We're not scoring any points. I had to make up for it with just grit and what my mom always used to tell me was a little bit of FU-ness. Like, all right, no one thinks you're going to do anything, so go prove them wrong. Go be the best. So I would always, I remember being in middle school, I was working out 4 hours a day, just trying to overcome what I didn't have. And I did that consistently for the past over 20 years, through the Marine Corps. That refined it, that gave me that little bit of extra drive to be like, I know what I want to do. I'm going to do it, and I'll be damned if anyone gets in my way or says I can't do it. Actually, please say I can't do it. That way I can make you eat crow later. But no, my whole life has just been athletics, grinding. If I wasn't doing something physical, I don't know what I'd be doing with myself. Olympic, collegiate style wrestling, MMA, football, it didn't matter. I just like being athletic. And then now with professional wrestling, I got to marry my athletic ability with my creativity ability. Now I get to be the Hoochie Daddy. I get to go have hardcore matches up in Portland and whack people with Singapore canes and put people in my lap and spank them in front of 300 people. And people beg for more of it. Who wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah, I can't argue.
So let's talk a little bit about the fanny pack here. What is the most memorable interaction you've had with a fan so far in your first year?
Well, one, it's again 2 parts. I'll say the good one and the bad one. Good one. I started the fanny pack because every wrestler carries fanny packs. You go to any independent show, you see any backstage segment, there's fanny packs everywhere. And I'm like, this is such an integral part of professional wrestling. Why isn't anyone bringing it and making it part of their character? So I got some custom fanny packs, pulled them up. Next thing I know, I have fans coming to shows with their own fanny packs and they decorated themselves and they're waving up in the air chanting fanny pack. Heck, I called my fans my fanny pack. That simple. It writes itself. The best one, though, I was at my completely separate from this was outside of wrestling. And I go to my nephew's T-ball game. And it's one of those fields, they have like 6 fields all connected and there's hundreds of parents, all that stuff. I show up a little bit late and I got my fanny pack on because I'd just come from doing a show. And my nephew, Lord knows I love him, this little 5-year-old, lovely little angel, jumps up on the bleachers. He sees me, he turns around with all the voice he can muster, screams out, "Everyone, the Hoochie Daddy's here." And he brought his back. Every mom and dad's eyes went right to me. I saw dads picking up baseball bats. I saw moms pushing their kids away. And I'm like, everyone's got to listen real fast, really quick about this. Really fast. Turned out fine, honestly. Everyone realized kids say crazy things. And I just pulled him aside like, "Hey, buddy, I'm your uncle. I love you. You can't be yelling that at certain places." It does not get across as well. But no, seeing kids, I went after doing my own thing, but kids love me. And I love kids. I will always stand up for kids. I give back to them. I've worked with, St. Jude's and all this other stuff. I want to give back. But they come up to my table and they want to buy fanny packs that say Hoochie Daddy or I'm a Hoochie. And I'm like, and their parents pay for them. And I'm like, I'm looking at the parents like, you might not want to let them wear that to school or don't bring it to church, but hey, if you want to, who am I to judge? I'm the one who does this. So
it's fine. It's fine.
Exactly. It's like, it's fun. You got to do what you got to do. Right. And it makes the kids happy. I think I might be one of the only wrestlers who can flirt with someone's girlfriend and then not be mad about it. Because you're like, yeah, I get it. It's fair. Like, yeah.
That's fair.
I don't mean to do it. It just happens.
No, it's that natural charisma, right? And while we're on that aspect, you made it very clear. Hey, I'm the total package. No shout out to Lex Luger, but hey, I am the total package. If a promoter is on the fence, quickly give me your elevator pitch to bring you in.
am the single most exciting thing and the most legitimate thing you will have on your card that can get the crowd involved, have them buy in the first 5 seconds to say the music hits, they see the look, they love it, and then what I do in the ring, the physicality and the realness I bring, you're not going to get it with anyone else right now. Not at my level, not at my training. No disrespect, there's people better than me. I got lots to learn, but I got it right now, and I have it right in front of you.
Perfect. Love it.
Well said. Well said. With that in mind, now that we're halfway through 2025, you've already finished your rookie year. What are you focused on in the back half of 2025?
I want to continue to gain my reps. I love pro wrestling. I know I love wrestling so much I became a pro wrestler. I want to go more places, get to more promotions, improve my craft. My end goal is I want to be, WrestleMania is coming back to Vegas next year. I want to be doing the shows, obviously I'd love to be in WrestleMania, but listen, I have some realistic goals. They have all those other shows during WrestleMania week, though. I'd love to be down there. That's my far off, year-end goal. But till then, I'll wrestle everywhere. I've wrestled all on the West Coast now. I want to go east. I can go overseas. I can go north, south, east, west, up, down, inside out, spin around, and drop you on your back.
Well said. I don't think that there's anything more than that to say.
Hold on. Real quick, it has been a while since we've had a new guest, but I will ask the question, the hardest question you will get all day.
That's true.
Hoochie Daddy, who is Mr. WrestleMania? Shawn Michaels or The Undertaker?
Athletic-wise, Shawn Michaels for performance and aura, Undertaker all day. You can't quantify something as big as WrestleMania with one performer.
Man, unique answer. We haven't got that before. So.
Yeah, no, that's
nice.
That's not even a 1A, 1B. It's there's a lot that went into that. HD, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Before we let you go, where can everybody find you on social media? What do you have coming up?
Two biggest ones I got. You can find me on Instagram as Hoochie_Daddy68 and on TikTok as Hoochie Daddy68. And I have one last thing I want to leave you guys with. Because I've seen a little conflict in your guys' show before.
Oh,
okay.
7 letters, 1 word, Gunther.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
You know what? Hell yeah.
Love it.
AC, thank you so much for joining us, man. Hope that you enjoyed your time on the Wrestling Junkies podcast. We hope to have you back soon.
Absolutely. I'm here anytime you guys need me. You guys have a great rest of your podcast.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you again to Hoochie Daddy for joining us. Podcast Dad. Okay. I get it. Okay. You're happy that he lost or that he won. I apologize.
I'm not saying – no, I'm happy that Gunther won. Let's not say I'm happy Jey lost. I'm happy Gunther won.
Oh, bullshit. Whatever. Okay, that's fine. It is what it is. But let's regroup here. Thank you to everybody that has joined us tonight. As always, you can find us on X and TikTok at Junkies Pod. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. But most importantly, subscribe to that YouTube channel, Podcast Dad. Tell our friends what they should do.
Tell one person. If you like what we are doing, please tell one person. What's it going to hurt? What's it going to hurt?
Yeah, it's spread the word about the Wrestling Junkies podcast. We're having a good time around here. Obviously, we have some fantastic guests that like to come and hang out with us. That is not all that we had here tonight. We have our second guest joining us. You know him as the owner of WrestleRave down in Houston, Texas. He has been on our show a couple of times before. It's always great to catch up with him. And WrestleRave has a very, very busy summer ahead, and they've got some massive names lined up for this summer. So without further ado, we're going to kick it over to him. Please welcome Jack Irene to the show. Jack, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
I'm doing great. It's great to be back on the Wrestling Junkies podcast. Thanks so much, guys.
Appreciate you as always. Thank you so much for coming back on.
Yeah, it's been a few months since we have had you on here. Just catch us up a little bit. What's WrestleRave been up to? There's been some stuff going on, man. We got to hear from you.
Yeah, what was the last time we spoke? I think a lot has changed.
A little bit.
We have found several new locations to bring WrestleRave. I think we were still running Houston Premier Arena last time I spoke to y'all. And that was kind of the foundation of what we were doing. And we just decided to take it a step further and bring WrestleRave everywhere we could think of. And that started with the Food Fight Tour, which put our premium WrestleRave product in premium locations with food trucks and drinks, and it made WrestleRave what it could truly be. And we're just looking to continue that momentum of bringing premium independent wrestling to the Houston area and beyond.
Yeah, I mean, let's jump right on it, right? July 26th at 403 Eats. Is it? May pronounce this wrong. Tomball, Texas.
That's right, Tomball. Just
All
like
right,
it
awesome.
reads.
Tell us a little bit about this show and kind of what's going on there.
Yeah, Tomball, 403 Eats in Tomball. That was where it really all started. And, we had Cappuccino Jones was riding a lot of momentum. He was the headliner for that first show. And the whole entire night was just a real eye-opening experience for the fans and for us as promoters. We broke all kinds of records for that show. Attendance, gate, just overall fan interest was at an all-time high. So it makes a lot of sense to return. And we're going to just try to top it even more than the last time on July 26th.
What's the mentality going into a show like that, right? Like you just said, we had huge turnout last time. It was a great show. Like, how are you guys mindset-wise going to, hey, we need to capitalize on this? Like, what's the strategy going into the show?
Well, I think it's doing a lot of the same things we were doing and just maximizing that. A lot of it it's as old school as it gets, just handing someone a flyer and really connecting with them on a personal level. Much like the relationship we've built through this podcast. It's great to be face to face and actually building a connection. And that's how business is done. And just continuing to build the community in Tomball, in Conroe, just all of the locations we're going to are very community oriented. And I'm really going for making wrestling as accessible as it can be to the everyday person. So as many families as we can get is, more the better.
Yeah. So I memory's starting to come back to me. I think that the last time you were on the show, I think you guys had just announced that Cappuccino Jones was going to be on the card, and this was right after we kind of heard a little bit about the WWE ID program and kind of not really knowing what that's going to look like. But now that we're kind of a few months in, we're seeing Evolve up and running. We're seeing the presence of ID matches and ID talent across the indies right now. How would you say that the perception, at least for you as a promoter, has shifted when it comes to bringing in crowds, knowing, that there is this kind of pseudo involvement, having talent that are affiliated with WWE ID on your shows?
Man, I'm glad. That's a great question. And I'm glad you asked it, because it's not even just limited to WWE ID. Now we have AAA in the mix with one of our talents, Laredo Kid, who is booked for September 6th. And he's coming off of a performance on the biggest stage of his life. So, and that just further proves that timing is everything in wrestling. It's going back to our very first show. Fuego del Sol was our headliner. And just a couple days before that, he got signed to AEW. And, that was a great moment for him and a great moment for us. It's we like to see all of our guys win, and the fact that we can be involved in that is it's pretty mind-blowing to think that a guy with merchandise on WWEshop.com is going to be wrestling at our show in September. It's a different world we're living in for WWE and independent wrestling. So,
and well, speaking on that, like, obviously the partnership with AAA has been good, right, for WWE. For you guys, like, have you seen independent-wise, like WWE ID, AAA now, AEW, like you mentioned, have you seen that help independent wrestling, or have you seen it hurt independent wrestling, in your opinion?
There's a lot that goes into that, of course. In the case of AEW, a lot of their roster consists of guys that would be, great parts of independent wrestling shows, but they're making a bunch of money on television, and that's fantastic. Where that leaves the independents, it leaves them with a little bit less of a talent pool to pick from. But when you have WWE endorsing a lot of people that are available to these independent promotions, it's kind of balancing out. And I think with a lot of the recently released talent, which, as unfortunate as that is, I think a lot of them are just going to absolutely crush it with that freedom, and that'll only make the independents better as well. So there's a lot of factors. I don't think the independent scene is as hot as it could be, but I think we could be getting to a point where there's going to be another boom period of just premium talent on your local indie.
I mean, just for example, and we'll toot our own horn, but like Bear Bronson last weekend in GCW was something amazing, right? So it is good to see that. Hey, I think now the bigger companies are seeing how important independent wrestling is, right? To kind of, I think we've always said it's the lifeblood of pro wrestling, right? You need independent wrestling, and I think now that the mindset has changed a little bit with the bigger companies, it's really, really cool to see.
Oh yeah, well WWE, if they can make money off of it, they're gonna put their foot in that door, and it's hard to even blame them. There's a lot of money in independent wrestling. There's a lot of money in lucha libre, and they want to get as much of that chunk as they can. So
yeah, I don't. I mean, and we don't blame them one bit for doing it. It really is just a super exciting time right now, and we're obviously just over the moon for everything that you guys get to do. I mean, we've gotten to see firsthand how passionate you are about the product that you present to your audience. And for those out there watching that have not had a chance to watch a WrestleRave show, give them all of the reasons why they should, because I mean we absolutely love what you're doing, and we think that everybody should be watching, and we implore you to tell them why they should.
Yeah, I mean, my goal is not just to have another independent promotion. This isn't a hobby. This is something that I really want to shoot for the stars with. And, it's not backyard. It's not basic. It's premium. We work with some of the best producers you'll find, not signed by the WWE or, something similar. We're bringing in talent of premium nature like Zilla Fatu, Laredo Kid. We're crossing over into convention spaces and food truck parks. We're really trying to push the boundaries of what independent wrestling can be. And we're doing it in a 6-sided ring. We're doing it with alcohol, tacos, you name it. We've got it. I'm trying to make this the easiest sell to a wrestling show you have ever seen. You can't deny it. WWE stars, food trucks, and anything we can do to amplify that, we're going to try, and we don't have the budget of, say, a television company, but, our goals are higher than ever, and we're excited to go on the journey regardless.
Yeah. No. And now I have to ask, and I'm sorry, Mr. Cincinnati, I'm going way off track here. This is a non-wrestling related question because you just mentioned it. You do have shows at food truck parks. What's been your favorite so far, as far as food wise? Because there's one. There's one.
I would give you a political answer regardless, but here's the thing: I usually don't even eat on show days because I'm so stressed out, and then I end up, lightheaded by about 11 p.m. But I'm ready to do it again the next day anyway. But I do need to remember to eat, especially since we're running food truck parks. It's almost foolish of me not to. But 403 Eats in Tomball, the Food Zone in New Caney and Porter, which we'll be going to in September, as well as the Table at Madeley and Conroe. They're all fantastic locations when there's not wrestling there. So why not stick a 6-sided ring in there, right?
Exactly. No, that's definitely one of the, and that's really what I love about this is it's so unique. Eric and I went to a show like in a brewery, and it was just so unique. I can't imagine you plopping a 6-sided ring in the middle of like a food truck rally and going, "Hey, I can go grab some food," and then there's wrestling. Like, how can you not love what you're doing? Like, it's such a cool concept. I love what you guys are doing.
Yeah, that's the idea. Is you can explore a lot of just different atmospheres through the venue alone. So often independent wrestling is pigeonholed to like a VFW hall. Not that there's anything wrong with a VFW hall.
Sure.
You'll see a 5-star match there every once in a while, but it's interesting to really see how many different places you can just stick a wrestling ring. It's traveling entertainment.
And real quick, and Eric, I'm sorry, I know this is on me. can you give me like, and this is more, you know, put the promoter hat on, like, what are your biggest challenges with, you know, just plopping a wrestling ring down in a food truck rally? Like, what is that as far as booking wise? Like, what challenges do you face when doing that?
Well, you have to know your audience. You know, we worked with, you know, you have to think of what those people are going to enjoy, right?
Yeah.
We've run shows, we've run deathmatch tournaments. Okay. These are not deathmatch tournaments, you know, there's a reason for that. It's not for those fans. And, you know, we like to give something to each little section of our fans, but I think knowing the audience, you know, and finding the right business partner is essential. And the 3 locations that we're visiting for our summer tour, as well as Table at Madeley and Conroe, just fantastic partners, you know, and they want to see us win and we want them to win. And that's how great business is done, you know, in any field. So I think that's the biggest challenge, is finding something mutually beneficial. And really, we've been lucky to work with some awesome venues.
Yeah, 100%.
That's fantastic. Jack, it's always great to catch up with you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We have the link down below. Anything else as far as where people can find you on social media? We've got the link to buy tickets for the 3 upcoming shows. Floor is yours for these final few seconds.
Yeah, just go to Google, type in WrestleRave. It's flipped right here, but, you know, if you can read backwards, that works out for you perfectly. Type in WrestleRave on Google. You will likely find wravemerch.com, which is where you'll find tickets. You'll find t-shirts. You'll find WrestleRave Bluetooth speakers if you needed that. Doormats, whatever you need or didn't need, it's there. So type in WrestleRave. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook, Instagram. Pretty easy to find. Make it happen. Leave a like, subscribe, do whatever you need to do. And yeah, we would love to see you at some of our live events. And if you can't make it out, give us a check on some streaming platforms.
Absolutely. WrestleRave is a must watch for everybody out there. Jack, it's always great to catch up with you. Thank you so much for joining us. And let's not, hopefully we won't let as much time pass before you're back on again. It's always great to see you.
No, I will not be a stranger. One more thing, Tomball, July 26th, first WrestleRave Women's Championship match. Raylyn, Jasmine Allure. We're going to talk about probably the follow-up after that. I'll meet with y'all again in sometime in August. Let's do it.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Sounds great. It's always good to see you, Jack. Take care.
You guys too. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Thank you again to Hoochie Daddy and Jack Irene for joining us. And thank you to everybody that is watching tonight's podcast, Dad. We have been hammering it home. People need to subscribe to the Wrestling Junkies YouTube channel. We have just gained 2 new subscribers. Thank you to everybody. We're on the road to 500. 21 away. 21 away.
Come
so
on.
if everybody watching right now heads over to our YouTube channel and subscribes, we're hitting that goal before the end of the month. And we're going to celebrate and enjoy ourselves. And road to 1,000 begins. So join the Wrestling Junkies movement. Thank you guys once again so much, especially to our new subscribers. Podcast Dad, Monday Night Raw is in the books. A couple of things of note that we need to discuss here.
Just one big thing, I think. Just one big thing. The rightful man is now the champion again. Man. Let's be honest. Can we be honest real quick?
I expect nothing less.
How shocked were you?
Not very, especially once I saw Jay's kid. No, I knew it was once I saw Jey with his kid, that was it. No,
I didn't think
it did not surprise me.
Out of the 3 people I thought were going to walk out, Gunther was last. I thought it was going to be Jey. I thought it was going to be Seth. I did not think it was going to be Gunther.
No, look, and I said this yesterday. Seth is going to take his fucking time with that briefcase. All he had to do was stand at the ramp at the beginning of the night with Rollins or with Punk and Cena doing their thing at Night of Champions. All he has to do is stand up there and remind people, and that's what he's going to do. He doesn't need to do anything else. Again, he is responsible for the greatest cash-in WrestleMania history. Do you not think that they're going to come up with something creative to try to replicate that? Like that's where I saw it going. Yes, I love that Jey Uso got the WrestleMania moment. At no point in time did I say that it's gonna be this long, lengthy, like a bloodline epic sort of run. they capitalized on the momentum that they built with Jey Uso over 2 years. He got a 2-month world title reign. I'm not mad at it. Hopefully he'll find himself still in the main event conversation. But no, I'm not surprised at all.
Wow. See, I was surprised. I didn't see this coming because I didn't know what they were going to do. Like, what's next for both competitors now? Like, I'm not sure. Like, and I think it's crazy. Like, I legit did not see this coming, and I like that. I really do like that.
Oh.
So, interested to see what they do next. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, like a clear cut competitor to go after Gunther. Like, is this our SummerSlam match then? Jey and Gunther? Like the rubber?
No, this is your
Oh no, because King of the Ring, you're right.
Yeah. Gunther's going to be on the opposite side of it this year because Cody again has the pin over Cena from Money in the Bank. You think he's going to use that to try to get his rematch.
He's in the
That's going to happen at SummerSlam. Cody's in the King of the Ring?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Cody is in King of the Ring. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like,
I don't love that.
That's the crazy part.
That.
Oh man, he'll be fine. So look, here, let me pull up the bracket real quick if I can.
Okay.
So the men's bracket, obviously Sami Zayn won the 4-way last night. Great match, by the way. On the other side of that bracket, Orton, Knight, Aleister Black, Carmelo Hayes. I think we think Randy Orton's going to win that.
Yeah, most likely.
Yep. And then you flip it. Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, Andrade, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Fucking hell.
So Cody's going to win that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sheamus, Rusev, Bronson Reed, and a mystery.
I am hoping the mystery is Ilya.
I'm hoping it's Ilya. I'm not getting my hopes up. Because then who wins that?
Yeah, you know Cody does not need to be in this fucking tournament.
Oh, Cody's going to win the tournament. That's how they get Cody facing Cena. Dude, Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn. Dude, no. Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn in the finals. You don't think that's going to break Sami Zayn? You don't think Karrion Kross is just going to walk up right to him and go, "Hey, told you couldn't get it done. You got in there with the big boys, and what happened?" That is going to continue that descent for Sami Zayn. That is going.
Cody does not need to be in the tournament to get a title shot. He just doesn't.
And then on the Queen of the Ring side, Roxanne won last night, which
I love that finish.
A little bit surprising. I will admit.
Not really.
Was Rhea in it? Was Rhea and Liv? A little bit.
Yeah.
Now that we know the direction for Liv, like hindsight being 20/20, yes.
We are in the midst of a very subtle kind of existential crisis for Rhea Ripley because she's so used to being at the top that she's coming up short in these opportunities and she's not being pinned in the process. But that's
she's going to SmackDown.
Mystery from the fact checker thinks it could be.
No.
I like the idea of it. They're high on
then
them.
Who wins? You're going to tell me Mr. Iguana is going to take on Cody Rhodes?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying as far as the mystery person, if you're going to capitalizing on momentum, capitalizing on what fans are really interested in, that seems.
Yeah, you put R-Truth in it.
Who?
Okay. On the bottom side of the Queen of the Ring, Jade Cargill, Michin, Piper Niven, and Nia Jax.
Jade.
I'm not going to count out Nia Jax. That's just me. Flip it. You got Charlotte, Alexa, Chelsea Green, and Candice LeRae.
Let me say this again.
Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, Chelsea Green, Candice LeRae.
Charlotte.
I can see Charlotte or Bliss. I can see Bliss.
It would advance the story.
That's what I'm saying. I can see that. And then on the bottom half, you have Ivy Nile, Raquel Rodriguez, Stephanie, and Asuka.
Stephanie wins. I hate that Asuka's on this particular side of the bracket.
Oh, I don't at all. I love that. I love that this is how they announced that she was coming back too. It gets you pumped to see Asuka coming back.
It's been a minute. It has been a minute.
That's fun.
Yeah.
And it is official. Holy shit. It is official. Man.
What?
Punk and Cena at Night of Champions.
Night of Champions.
Punk's got to get taken out, right? He's got to get taken out. You don't have any follow-up with Ron Killings and Cena? You don't have any follow-up. And with how outspoken Punk has been about Saudi Arabia.
I know. Yeah, it's. Then we're kind of getting into that Mercury area of like, let's not do the card subject to change bullshit intentionally, where we announce this match and it's just.
I'm so much happier if I get Punk and Cena at SummerSlam. So much happier.
That's fair. I mean, I get it.
I don't know, man. I'm just with how outspoken, Punk has been about Saudi Arabia. That would be kind of a tough look for Punk. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I get it. No, I agree. I agree.
Especially a guy like saying he's the voice of the voiceless and all that. Like, that's tough. I don't know. That's keep an eye on that, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so.
But like Raw was really good, I thought.
I enjoyed it, top to bottom. Very, very consistent show. I loved the going right from the match to Killings showing up. It had a very Crash TV sort of element that was not overdone. I am excited to see where they go with this because, yeah, this is the most impassioned that we've. I mean, when's the last time that we saw this side of Ron Killings in any capacity? It's been a while. It has been a while.
I'm interested. I need to see some kind of follow-up with Cena. Okay. Because I would much rather this be the match at Night of Champions. That's just me. To sell tickets, you put Punk and Cena at SummerSlam. If TKO is continuing to say that they are, business-wise, that's the biggest match that you can put on at SummerSlam right now. It's not a Night of Champions. And like they have to put an end to this Ron Killings Cena storyline. They have to. That's not a SummerSlam.
Let's give it time. We'll give it time.
I'm gonna give it time.
Do you have NXT up for a quick preview before we get out of here?
I do. So Briggs and what's his name? Inamura, I think.
Yeah.
Take on the culling. Okay. Our boy, shout out, Sean Legacy, gets to go one-on-one with Ethan Page for the North American Championship.
Wow. Big opportunity for him, and
big stage.
I mean, yeah, this is kind of this match. I think is going to solidify how much longer he spends on Evolve, because it already seems like he's outgrowing it.
Yes. And then Obafemi defends his NXT Championship against Jasper Troy. That is all that we have announced. I'm going to assume. Yes, me. I'm going to assume we will see some kind of follow-up with Mariah May, whatever her new name is going to be.
Yep.
But I am assuming something will happen there. Yes?
Yeah, has to be. I mean, the debut was spectacular. We need to know the new name, and we already know who she's going after, but it's going to be just kind of seeing who steps up to challenge her on the way there. But I'm very intrigued.
I need to know more, yeah. That's again, follow-up.
For sure. But that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you to everybody joining us tonight. As always, find us on X and TikTok at Junkies Pod. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod. But subscribe to that YouTube channel. 479, 21 away from 500. We need everybody's help to get there. Just tell one person. Follow the Main Event Wrestling Network at main-event_net on all social media platforms. Gorilla Press Apparel.bigcartel.com. Promo code WJP2024 gets you 25% off site wide. Tomorrow, we have got Action Wrestling World Champion Tim Bosby joining the show, as well as Jamison Shook, one half of the IWTV Tag Team Champions. We may also have Jaden Newman joining us as well. We have, I may or may not have extended the invite to the athletic director, Dylan Hales, as well. We'll see what happens. I think it'd be rude. I know.
Also, I know the Wrestling Junkies Twitter is run by a certain somebody. I'm excited to see world class in the SCI. That's just me.
That's fine. I like Channing Thomas. Okay, Sid Bacabelle's a horse's ass, but I mean, I like Channing Thomas. Like, no, why you gonna put me on blast? I did do the face palm mode.
World class. I am so pumped for the SCI, and we're getting the futures announced right now too. Ooh, guys, get ready. I'm pumped.
Yep. Finesse is the first name that has been announced. Cannot wait to see who else is in that tournament. But also this Thursday, Doc Gallows, know him from WWE, New Japan, TNA. He will be on the show talking some Lariato Pro Wrestling as they have a massive, massive show this weekend, including this triple threat match between our friend Bryce Cannon taking on QT Marshall and Matt freaking Hardy. You do not want to miss us talking about this upcoming event. So again, 6:30 Eastern. Subscribe to YouTube.
I think that's what you mean. Matt Hardy and QT really Marshall take on Bryce freaking Cannon.
Do you want to start doing the reads now, or are we just going to interrupt me every time that I try to do it?
Hey. Come over there.
That's it. I've had enough of this bullshit. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We greatly appreciate it. That's the podcast, Adam, Mr. Cincinnati. Until tomorrow, enjoy the ground. Good episode.